I like ice cream. At least I think I like ice cream. I don't get to eat a whole lot because somebody usually eats all of mine. Stole my ice cream again, huh? Well, today I'm gonna show you how to make ice cream at home. But before I give you the inside scoop, we've got to answer one question. What makes ice cream taste so good? The answer is science.
There are 4 main things you need for any ice cream. Some kind of sugar, some kind of fat, cold, and most importantly, air.
How much air do you think is in a carton of ice cream? 1%? 2%? It's actually 30 to 50%.
Yeah, if you buy ice cream, almost half of what you're paying for is air. But the more air you put into ice cream, the cheaper it is.
Next time you're at the grocery store, grab an expensive pint of ice cream in one hand and a cheap pint in another.
Chances are the expensive one is heavier because it has more ice cream and less air.
But like I said, a little bit of air is a good thing. Why?
Imagine you have a bounce house with no air. I mean, technically it's still a bounce house. It's just not a bounce house anybody would really like. You can kind of see the same thing in ice cream. If you've ever tried to put melted ice cream back in the freezer, only to pull it out a few hours later and it's more like a slushie.
That's because when it melted, the air disappeared. And air helps hold every other ingredient together, especially the fat.
In ice cream, fat comes from cream and milk. Only problem is, fat doesn't mix well with a lot of things, which you already know if you've ever tried mixing oil and water. But in ice cream, air helps hold fat and everything else together, which is what makes ice cream creamy.
However, what makes ice cream taste delicious is sugar. Our tongues have thousands of little taste buds. Every one of those bumps on there is a taste bud.
But when you eat something that's cold, like ice cream, your taste buds go numb. Same thing happens if I put my hand in a bucket of ice. Eventually, I won't be able to feel my hand. And when your tongue gets really cold, things don't taste the same as they usually do. They have less flavor.
If we only added a little bit of sugar to ice cream, it wouldn't taste very sweet. It'd probably be kind of gross, actually. Ugh.
That's why there's a lot of sugar in ice cream. If you don't believe me, let your ice cream melt and then eat it. When ice cream isn't cold, it's a lot sweeter because you can taste all that sugar.
Luckily, all of that science happens and we don't even have to think about it. So let's go ahead and throw some ingredients together and watch science happen.
I like all different flavors.
I'm gonna make a small single serving just for me. But if you wanna make more, you can do a little math and add the right amount of ingredients, and then you'll have plenty to give to family and friends as well. We're gonna put all our ingredients in a small plastic bag like this. First, we need some kind of fat, and for ice cream, that's a half cup of whipping cream and a half cup of milk. Then, we need to make the ice cream sweet, so we're gonna add just a tablespoon of this sugar here. Now I'm gonna keep it simple and make just vanilla ice cream, so we're gonna add a teaspoon and a half of vanilla. Vanilla extract will work in this case. And that's it. Zip up that bag and try to get out all the air, as much air as you can. All right, when that's mixed, you can set it down. We'll come back to it in a minute. Now, pick up your bigger plastic bag and fill this about halfway full of ice. Then you're gonna wanna dump in some salt. The bigger the chunks of salt, the better. When you have bigger pieces of salt, it makes the ice colder, which gets your ice cream done faster. I have ice cream salt, but you can use kosher salt, table salt, whatever salt you have on hand. It just might take a little bit longer. And when you've done that, take your ice cream mix, put it in the bag, and then cover it with more ice and a little bit more salt. Now once you put all your ice and salt in there, you just close the big bag. Wait a second. There's one thing we haven't added yet. Air. Now how do we add air to this? Well, you just start shaking it, you roll it, you shimmy. There's just one small lesson we haven't talked about yet. The reason your ice cream goes from a liquid to a solid while you're shaking it is because of the ice. Well, duh, Sean, that's obvious, but what's the science behind it? Well, it's kind of like when soccer players swap their jerseys at the end of the game. That's exactly what's happening. The ice is giving its coldness to the cream, and the cream is giving its warmth to the ice, which is why the ice starts to melt and the cream starts to get hard. And salt, well, the salt makes the ice colder, which makes that temperature change happen a lot faster. You're gonna wanna shake this for about 10 minutes or so, and by doing that, this will add air and make it creamier. So just keep going until we're done. All right, I think it's ready. Let's pull this out. Wham! Homemade vanilla ice cream. Open this up, let's have a look. Oh yeah. And it tastes even better now that you know how it's made. Fine, you can have some. Good. Oh, good. Want more?